Hey everybody, welcome to another video review. It's been, again, a little while since the last one. Uh, my channel has grown modestly, which, I'm always been sort of surprised that there's so many people, even if it's in the hundreds that are interested in this. Um, so I'm always, like in surprise and sort of humbled that there could be even that many people who are interested in this sort of stuff. I do have a very wide-ranging, eclectic taste, and so I think that could be a little bit of a hindrance. I think it's great for people who are just like interested in all sorts of different things. But if you happen to just want, for instance, or just like statues, then you might be a little bit, not as interested in a limited doll or a Lego and a sword, for instance, or a spaceship from Star Wars. But this is another channel that sort of reflects my interests. And so hopefully there are some of you who are, somewhat interested to see what other people may find collectible. And it's always been also a little bit, difficult, again, just kind of getting the energy to do some of these sometimes. Life is busy, and sometimes when you have some time at night, you just want to take a nap or do a little bit of reading or watch a little movie. And I have a tremendous amount of respect now for some of the YouTube channels out there now that I've just shot even a few videos of my own. This is all very basic, unprofessional, very quick, requires almost no work at all. I don't have a little tiny studio set aside for it. I don't edit, I don't splice, I don't set background music, I don't make things look nicer or whatever. It's just like a straight up 10 to 15, 20 minute, free form of me just sort of blathering and talking. And even then, it takes a lot of time and effort, more than I can muster sometimes to get it out there. So I think that, the people on YouTube who have hundreds of thousands of views and millions of views, who take the time to put things together, that's a lot of time. It's definitely easily a full-time job. And I absolutely don't begrudge them their financial success or notoriety. It does take time to, first of all, make yourself stand out and to create content that's new and unique, that people are interested in. And then also, of course, to do it early enough to be relevant. And so those are all of the challenges. Luckily, I'm just doing this to make a video record of my collection and to just share some things that maybe a few people out there may find useful or might care about. So what got me sort of out of my lazy chair, so to speak, and motivated as I finally got this, oh my God, this amazing piece. Where to even start? This is from First4Figures, which is a company that's been around for a while, but is definitely sort of growing, becoming definitely a lot more popular, a lot more famous. They've been getting a lot of really cool licenses lately. They're definitely a rising force in the statue collectible market, and their area of focus has remained, and I think always will remain to some extent. Their niche is collectibles and statues, both high-end and mass market, of video game characters. And again, when they first started, we're talking, I think, got to be 10, 15 years ago, their stuff was, again, pretty crude, because I think most video game characters are not like super intricate or in your face, crazy detailed. They made really cool statues of Sonic and Mario, and a smaller scale, I think 1/6 scale or maybe even smaller scale, Samus Aran from Metroid statues. I have one of them. One of my favorites is the Phazon Samus from Metroid Prime 1. And then as time passed, it became more and more ambitious. And so I have their light suit Samus, which I reviewed about a year ago, I think quite a while back, which is a really cool interpretation of the character. I never played Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, and so I don't know the context of the gameplay of what that statue is, but I did enjoy and appreciate sort of the aesthetic, and I did buy it. There were quite a few things, maybe lacking, because again, it was one of the earlier efforts. And this is in the same lineup of that statue. So this is the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Varia suit. Samus Aran, I just got her in today. What a saga it's been. I had to wait. I know exactly how long I had to wait. Today is August 20th, 2019, and I put in the pre-order on May 6th, 2016. So the reason I know this is because, of course, the First4Figures website, keeps track of these things, and I just registered her. And so in registering her, I did check up the date. So it has been literally over 3 years, close to 3 years and 3 months since the pre-order for her. And now finally she is in my hands, and she's going out to all the patient collectors who have been waiting for her. It's been quite a long ordeal, one of the longest waits for a licensed statue. Let's get a little bit closer to appreciate her. So was she worth the wait? Why was there a delay? Why was there a lot of drama? The main issue behind this piece has to do with the exclusive, which is the light up. I never buy non-exclusive First4Figure statues, mainly because as a statue collector, and I don't think those hold value very well. I always go for the exclusive version, and in this case, the exclusive version of Samus has light up. I don't believe that they are going to kind of go to the distance where they're going to make different Varia suits from each video game. There was a Varia suit from, again, the old days of First4Figures, which still fetches a pretty penny, but it's a lot more crude than this. It's 1/6 scale, very small. I'll go over that when I review my Phazon Samus. It's basically a color swap of the Phazon pose. And I don't think they're going to go that far. They had that one from the old days, and this is their new one. I think they're going to make one version, period, as sort of their chosen version for all the games. So you're not going to see like a Varia suit from Metroid Prime 1 or 3 or whatnot. They chose to give us the Varia suit from Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, and I think this is going to be it. And so, they really wanted to get it right, and they ran into some problems with the implementation of the lights. If you want to be completely accurate to the game, then this suit is loaded with lights. And at some point, Alex Davis, bless his heart, lost his mind, and in midstream decided to go the full mile and give the Metroid fans a completely accurate, lit up Samus. Is it Samus or Samus? I guess either way is okay. I'll pronounce it, I guess, Samus. Or I guess Samus? Samus Aran or Samus Aran? I have to choose. I'll say Samus Aran, Samus. So he decided to give, the accurate Samus with all the light up, and that's what caused the delay, because when you have that many little areas that have to be lit up, it is a huge undertaking. You can't just have one LED light source in the center. You have to have it, carefully placed throughout. It's just a nightmare, and again, I can't thank him and his company, his team, enough to essentially be crazy enough to go ahead and do it. I don't even know. I know nothing about the economy of statue making as a business. It's hard for me to imagine them having to, maybe make too much money off of this. It's just like a movie. If you have a budget of X amount of dollars, and then if something wrong happens, you have to reshoot the movie, or you fire a director, that budget spirals out of control. And for him to have to kind of go back in, redo things, add the lights, talk to the factories, I can't imagine there was a whole lot of money made off this product. But his gift to us was to give us quite possibly, I think I'll say it, there's not that many statues of Samus Aran out there. In my opinion, the best Samus Aran statue ever made. This is basically an iconic piece and a legendary piece. I think in order to make the finances even somewhat workable, I think they did have to open up the pre-order window a little bit and open up the pre-orders. And I think it finally evened out at 2,100 pieces for the exclusive, which is a very, very high number. It kind of speaks to the love of this character and of this video game. And this kind of is the quintessential Samus Aran piece. This is what you think of, or this is at least what I think of when I think of Metroid, when I think of Super Metroid, when I think of Samus Aran, is her in the famous Varia suit with the rounded shoulders, the arm cannon. So of course I'm going to talk about the light up and showcase the light up a little bit later. But for now, I just want to appreciate the beautiful statue without any light up. Without light up, this is gorgeous. There's a certain gloss, to the paint. It's metallic. There's just so much detail. I'm going to start going real close up. You can see it. You can see the helmet, accurate in every respect. Just beautifully done, nicely painted. It gives you absolutely this sort of glossy finish. So it's a very impressive paint job, very clean lines, a lot of nice detail on the armor. And you can see the nice overlapping pieces of the armor over here, all the little details of the arms. Just looks very metallic, very nicely done. Over here, you can see these all light up, by the way. You can also see the clearness of there, all of this stuff, all the way down to the boots, right over here. Just kind of beautifully sculpted, very, very nicely done. And then of course the base, I like it. It's very simple. It has the S logo, for Samus from the video game itself. A little nitpick, it's a little bit, I don't know, I know it looks cool and all, but this thing here and this thing here is not the most practical thing in the world. It's going to make it very difficult to sort of squeeze in with other statues. But again, that's a nitpick. Awesome base, glossy finish. And again, from top to bottom, just a beautiful, beautiful statue from beginning to end. Absolutely worth the wait. Again, even without light up, just a gorgeous piece. Now, if this was all that needed to be done, we probably could have had her in our collection maybe two years ago. But again, in order to sort of take her to the next level and make all those lights work, they had to sort of re-engineer things. And I really do think in its own way, this is probably, okay, I don't want to get carried away. I don't want to say this is as complicated as one of my Super Star Destroyers or Star Destroyers that are lit up, which I have on my channel. But I think that the challenge is very similar because, again, in order for you to have the right number of LEDs, the LEDs in the right place, and they have to, kind of engineer the statue in a fashion where you don't have any light bleeding from the wrong places. This is definitely a labor of love and very, very difficult to pull off. So I'm going to try to start checking it out. So again, hopefully, I'm going to back up so you can actually see how amazing she looks. Panoramic view all the way back here. You see the lovely details of her armor, iconic pose. And then, of course, the arm cannon right here. Everything just looks amazing. So let's look at the power now. So she's powered by two potential sources. There is a slot at the bottom in the base where you can put a rechargeable 18650 rechargeable battery, important without a nipple at the end. Has to be flat on both ends. And you can do that. It's included with the statue, but for mine, unfortunately they forgot. So I put in a little ticket to the company. Hopefully they'll just send me a battery. Should be an easy fix. So that's one way to power it up. You don't have to worry about wires. The other way to power it up, of course, is through a cord. So it comes with this USB cord. This is what actually plugs in here. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Okay, so when that's put in, it turns green. The other end goes to the USB, and then this goes to a plug of your choice. I guess in different countries, there's different plugs, and so they didn't want to include the plug because, of course, that's not universal. If you live in South America or the United States or the UK, I guess this is different. So you do have to come up with this yourself. I suggest getting like a nice big one, like from the Apple store. I have the small ones, and this was a similar problem for the Infinity Gauntlet from Hot Toys, and maybe it won't matter here because this is a much smaller statue, but. For the Infinity Gauntlet, the smaller plug literally wasn't enough there wasn't enough juice to actually light it up. And this may not be a problem with Samus, but I opted for the bigger one anyways. And so you can plug this into that. You stick this into the outlet, and then you can turn it on using this this light right here. But that would make it a little bit tricky to revolve, and so I basically just attached it to a portable power bank right here. So in order to do that, you activate the power bank. So the lights are on, this is green, and then if you press, that'll turn red. That'll mean that's not, I think that because there's no battery in here, I don't have a battery yet, I think that's why this is red. But if you do that, everything lights up and you kind of can get a appreciation for it. Just beautiful. The light up is so strong, you can actually see the glow on the base itself. So this is what she looks like, completely lit up. Hopefully you can appreciate that. I'll splice another video with her essentially in the dark, but all of the side panels here light up. It's a bright neon green, beautiful effect. And then the cannon, they really outdid themselves. All the spots here light up green, very, very impressive. All the way here, all the way here. And then, of course, the cannon, her visor lights up, the chest plate lights up, the hand lights up. And look at that. This is, I think, what caused the delay. Look at those beautiful marks here. All the shoulders lit up perfectly. Let's look at the back. An amazing effect. Right on over here. Look at that. And of course down here, the thrusters. I mean, this is perfect, literally perfect. It is, I mean, if I had to choose one Metroid collectible to have, I mean, this statue would be it, hands down. I could not be more pleased with how she turned out. Was these little tiny things worth 2 years delay? I have to say, as a Metroid fan, yes, it was worth the 2 years delay, worth the wait. So beautiful, just really, really amazing. Backing up. Again, this is the quintessential Metroid statue. Classic colors, amazing light up, amazing presence, beautiful pose. This is it. This just screams Super Metroid. It screams Metroid franchise from the base all the way up. What more can you ask for, indeed? So after the cut, I'm going to showcase her again with the lights dimmed so it can really pop. On video, it just doesn't really look the same because everything kind of glows a little bit differently, and when you have her dim, you're just going to see the glare of the lights. So this is sort of the best compromise moment, just to sort of appreciate both her color and also the light up. But I'll see you after the break, and then we'll take a look again at her dim to see just how strong those lights are. Okay, here we go. All right, welcome back. So here we go. She's now essentially lit only from the lights behind me in the dining room. Look at her. I mean, if that isn't beautiful, I don't know what is. It's just stunning, actually. Stunning piece. So here, let's take a look from this perspective. This angle, back out slowly. just wow. And then let's rotate the other way. Look at her from all the different perspectives. From up top, again, you can see her shoulders brilliantly lit up. Here's the lights on the back. Love the details here. They just pulled it off so well. And then of course, we gotta look at the arm cannon, which is just stunning. All of this is green. It's harder to see on the video, but they all are green, except for the blasters and the cannons on the back. Those are yellow. But look at the lights of the cannon. Look at all that. Look at that, light up here, all the dots here. All of this is lit up all the way around. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see now. Lit up here, 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 down below, on the elbows, and then on the other side as well. Got lost there for a second, sorry. Hopefully you can tell here. We gotta give First4Figures credit. Again, Alex Davis and his crew deserves a lot of props for delivering the best Metroid statue like ever, the best Samus Aran statue ever. And again, the company's not perfect. Obviously, they still have a lot of growing pains, a little bit of learning to do, but the thing that I do give them is they are by far, we're not even talking close, by far, they are the most ambitious statue company when it comes to light effects. And I don't know whether it's the art designs from, I think most of it's got to be from Alex Davis. He's sort of the founder and the inspiration behind all of this, but they're just so daring and so inventive with their light up effects. Each major statue release has that light up effect. They're just fearless. And a lot of companies are afraid of returns and problems with the wiring, defects, things going out in the future. And God bless them, they don't care about that. They're not intimidated by that. They just go for broke every time. And they are the company that is most, sort of responsible for some of the most pioneering light up effects, I think, in the statue collecting business today. And there's no second place really. And no one's even close to them for what they're able to accomplish, what they're able to do. And this is just an example of what it is. Now, somebody once said, lights make a hero. And that is, no truer words could be spoken. When you add lights, you just take it over to the next level. It makes it just that unique collectible. And while this statue, I think, is amazing even without lights, just the finish, the pose, everything. But with lights, it just becomes completely over the top epic. So there you go. First4Figures Varia suit, and now after having I think I might do another like side by side compared to the light suit, just to sort of compare the two. But they have come such a long way from the light suit to the Varia suit, and after this, it does make me, I have to say, really excited for what they can come up with a Phazon, the Phazon suit, and maybe the Gravity suit, some other suits out there that are iconic to the Metroid franchise. Not necessarily from one particular video game, but I think a quarter scale version of all the suits have to be done for posterity's sake. It'd just be so amazing seeing her in all her different suits. Maybe even her basic suit. It'd just be historically, getting it all together. The battle suit, the Varia, the Gravity, Phazon, light, dark, all of it. It would just make for a completely amazing lineup. So I just hope that it doesn't take 3 years for the next one, because this is some of the best that they've ever done. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is something near and dear to my heart. I've always been such a massive Metroid fan. Super Metroid is one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. And even though I'm horrible at 3D shooters, normally I actually devote all that time to finishing Metroid Prime 1. And so to have this, finally in my hands, it's just a dream come true. Really, really happy with it. So hope you shared a little bit of that enthusiasm for me. Here she is. Varia suit, quarter scale statue, exclusive with light up from First4Figures. Until next time, do take care.